Hey guys and girls, cats and squirrels, it's Synergasm here with the first battle on this channel. This is basically a simple battle between me and one of my good friends, Gerv in here, and it's basically mixed amount of pokes that we threw in together, so let's get straight to the battle. He leads in with a Greninja, I go with my Azumarill. It was my one of my safest options to lead based on the team that he had. He switches in to take the predicted any attack I basically throw out, since Slowbro is very tanky, but he goes for the Scald, trying to burn my Azumarill if it stays in or hinder whatever goes out. I switch out to my Ferrothorn. I figure he can't do too much to me, and even if he burns me, it's not like I'm relying on my Gyro Ball to begin with. I try to set up here, and I also want to Toxic that thing because it can be a problem late game if I don't take it out early. So I'm trying to get rid of it as soon as possible. The Paralyzing Hacks does occur, but I mean, you know, it's not the worst case scenario. It's not like he's attacking me in between those pair hacks. But anyway, residual damage and whatnot, and he switches out here at this opportunity and he goes into his Azumarill, not predicting any status to be flung out at this moment. I take the opportunity to set up my rocks. I'm not trying to take a superpower at the moment, so I switch out to my Zapdos because obviously I resist it, but it still does a great chunks just because I'm not defensively invested. Unfortunately, he gets the drops. He switches out because he knows he can't take me out based off the drop. I just basically go for the safe T-Bolt. I mean, he has nothing necessarily that resists the move. And he goes into his bulk. Now, this is a very specially defensive Snorlax, so it's going to eat up about anything I can do. I know it's about to Whirlwind me, so I just basically get another hit off. I figure, I'll try out Ancient Power. So I go with my Blastoise here because I have the Aura Sphere, and even though he is specially defensive, I do get the boost from Mega Launcher from my Mega ability. So I go for the Aura Sphere. See, I want to see how much it can do. It does a very nice amount. He goes for the Body Slam, gets the crit and the Paralyze. Wow, my luck is not the best at this moment, but anyway, I don't want to stay in. He's just gonna rest off, and I'm not gonna be able to hit him. And worst case scenario, I might manage to get paralyzed, so I don't want to do any of that. He goes to rest just like I predicted. I mean, what else is he gonna do really? Fucking Snorlax. But goes into his Slowbro to take anything I've got. I was trying to set up in front of it. I know it can Whirlwind, but I know I have at least 1 to 2 turns, and I wanted to see if I could take it out because it's not the most defensive. I mean, it does have natural bulk, you know, it's tremendous, but I know it's mostly invested in Spec D, so I try to set up on it. It didn't work out. I predict a T-Wave here, and I go to my Gastrodon to take it. Some more of that toxic damage. Regenerator is a problem here because even though he is taking toxic damage in between turns as he's coming in, he is taking that well because he's able to regenerate it as he switches out. And that's very unfortunate because he's got a really safe switch in Snorlax whenever I bring out someone specially, and special, and then if I go physical, he gets switch in the other guy, Slowbro. So I mean, he's got really good synergy there. You could call it Synergasm, but between those two Pokemon. But anyway, we got a Azumarill here, and he brings in his he goes for superpower, and I go in for my fairy because I mean I can soak up anything in a Azumarill can do. You know, they're not exactly strong against each other. He goes for the superpower. I go for the Play Rough on the Slowbro that comes in. Does a really nice chunk. I mean, I'm pretty satisfied, seeing as it is his defensive wall. I go for another Play Rough here, try to take it out, and luckily it is enough. With damage variation, it can be a risk at that. You know, with the damage it did the first time, there's a possibility I got max damage variation and I could have gone the least on this next one. But you know, the risk is worth it. It definitely reaped the benefit on that one. Anyway, we go into this Ferrothorn. He switches in his Greninja. Grass Knot is not going to do anything. I want to paralyze it because that thing is really fast and it could also be a problem. But he goes into his, what's this thing called? What does the Delphox say? Sorry for the bad joke. But anyway, he lets that thing get paralyzed. I'm fearing the Flamethrower or the Fire Blast, so I'm just going to go to my Dragon that resists it. I mean, worst case scenario, he goes for Psyshock, but He ends up over predicting and goes for the grass knot, thinking I'm gonna go into my Gastrodon to take anything he's got. Luckily, I do go to my dragon. I'm gonna go for the DD because worst case scenario, he's gonna go for another grass knot, and he does. I get the +1/+1. I go for that EQ. That is more than enough to take out that Delphox. So down goes the Delphox. In comes this annoying guy once again, Azumarill. He's really good this generation now that he got the fairy typing. But anyway, go for the poison jab, and that is definitely enough due to +1 and weakness. He goes into a Snorlax here, and I'm just hoping to God it stays asleep for one turn and I can kill it with a 2-shot. He goes for the sleep talk, and what do you know? He pushes me out, and it's like, so, what are the chances, right? 1 out of 4. But anyway, here comes in my Ferrothorn. So, you know, at this position, I'm just gonna try and Gyro Ball kill him, see if that does enough, and thank God it does, because, you know, I'm not attack invested, but, you know, the boost that I get from being so slow and the Paralyze does come in handy. So he goes into Greninja, do the Ice Beam. You know, it's neutral damage, and it's stab, so it does a nice chunk. I get Parahacks. What do you know? Not surprising with my luck, but anyway, takes the opportunity to take another Ice Beam, a free one at that, seeing as I got Paralyzed, and what do you know? A second one in a row. What a big surprise there. But he goes for the third Ice Beam here, and these were all basically free other than Life Orb damage. And yeah, takes me out. What more can I say? Now I come in Paralyzed, and I go for the double switch because I'm predicting him to go for the grass knot here, and he definitely does. I'm just trying to rack up as much Life Orb damage as I can on this guy because he's a big problem, and I can't take him out directly. So I go back into my Blastoise here, trying to also predict the Ice Beam, and what do you know? I'm reading him pretty well. And I'm definitely going to be able to take these hits back and forth, and I'm just basically trying to get him to kill himself. I stay in. I don't want to over-predict. I mean, I'd rather sacrifice my Blastoise than my Zapdos at this point. So I stay in, kills me, and what do you know? He kills himself with a Life Orb. So that's pretty good. One threat less, basically. So he goes into his, what's this thing called? Haxorus, and he goes for a DD. I'm basically just gonna Toxic it. I was debating on Scalding, but with my luck so far at this battle, I'm most likely not gonna get burned. So I'm just gonna go for the Toxic first, predicting him to have the Lum, and now I go for another Toxic. Now here is where I was, you know, very much considering should I have gone for another Scald, because you know, the burn would have been amazing, but like I said, with the luck I've had in this game, him getting pretty beneficial hacks, and look at that crit right there. But I don't know if that mattered too much in the end. But yeah, I didn't want to risk it on the Scald. At least secure a form of status on this guy. So I'm for the Toxic. But anyway, manages to kill me with a crit. I come in. There's no way I'm gonna outspeed a +2 speed. I'd have to be Scarfed, and he'd have to probably be Brave for that, and that's not the case. Anyway, at that point with that speed, he's pretty much going to be able to wax the rest of my guys out. Takes out my Zapdos. I mean, normally I would have outsped it, but yeah. At this point, he is confused, and his Lum is not there to save him. So here, I'm hoping to God, Aqua Jet, do your thing. Unfortunately, I have the Orb set. I'm not banded, so that is not enough to take it out. And what do you know? What a big surprise. With my luck, he breaks through. But anyway, good game, bro. I mean, luck is, you know, a part of the game. But anyway, thanks for watching. Have a good one.